films with the women in my life. My name is Brennan, and joining me tonight is Jess.
Hey guys.
And Nicole.
Hi.
And Mama K.
Hello, everybody.
And tonight, it is, I guess, early August you're hearing this, so we had a lot of new movies come out in July in theaters. We've got some streaming movies to catch up on, as well as some movies that were talked about in earlier episodes that not everyone saw, and now more people have seen. So, a couple of repeats, but some refreshers. But why not just start with the big sexy, the newest, largest Christopher Nolan film, Mama K's favorite. And I'm talking, of course, about The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's latest, The Odyssey. He who most recently made Oppenheimer, the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, among others. Starring Matt Damon and a cast of so many people you've heard of and seen before. And it's the story of The Odyssey. A little bit of Iliad, Odysseus. I guess we'll find out how much people know about that stuff based on reviews. But Jess, why don't you lead us off? I don't know. First, did you know anything about this story going in? Maybe from
I did.
cartoons?
I read it in high school.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Even better. You know the story. You knew the story.
I knew.
Educated.
Well, I knew it was about Odysseus, and I remembered Calypso, and that was basically it. I remember, all the names sound familiar. The plot, I didn't remember so much about that, but I was excited to see it because just memories from high school. So I thought it was really good. The first 45 minutes or so, and this is just a me thing, I was confused because there was a lot going on, a lot of dialogue. It's kind of like Old English, so I was just hanging in there. But then as he goes through all his excursions, it pulled me in more, and I understood what was going on. I would say my two favorite people or favorite actresses was Anne Hathaway. I thought she did a phenomenal job. I bet she's gonna win best supporting women role or whatever that's called in the Oscars. And I also liked Odysseus's right hand man on the ship. I don't know what his name is, but I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He was the VP captain.
He's in a lot of other Nolan ones too. Himesh Patel's the actor. He's Eurylocles. We will not try for all these names, but
oh my God.
Yeah, he was also my favorite. Zendaya, I was giving her mad props because I was like, damn, this girl's so busy. She's in The Odyssey. She's in Spider-Man. When I saw her on The Odyssey, I was like, oh, she could remember her lines in 30 minutes. So she had a very, very small part in The Odyssey. So I thought it was going to be a lot of Zendaya in this movie because I feel like in all the press release, everyone's been focused on her, but she had the smallest part.
Her and Tom Holland, both Spider-Man, so very busy summer.
That's true. Very busy.
Yeah. So yeah,
right,
I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10. So pretty strong.
Pretty strong. Mama K, the Christopher Nolan detractor, did he finally win you over on one?
Well, I have to say, I went in with the coziest blanket because I was prepared for a big, long sleep. Like I did during Oppenheimer. I slept through 98% of that movie. I'm disappointed in myself that I've broken some weird Christopher Nolan streak because I liked this movie. It was fine.
Ooh. It was fine.
I don't have mad props for it because there were some things that I just really didn't like, but there were some very cool things. I mean, cool as in what the hell going on in this movie. Robert Pattinson in a movie always takes me out. Like that dumb Lighthouse movie that he was in. I was just like, ugh. He gives me such the ick.
That's one of the worst movies ever.
I know.
I love that movie.
He's given me the ick forever. And when you're sitting there and you're watching him on the big screen and his face is so gigantic and icky. Ugh. Yeah.
He's the ickiest character, I would say. I mean, there's literally grosser characters, but he's they're not clear heroes and villains in this story, but he's a pretty clear villain.
Yeah. And just the whole story. I mean, as I'm watching the story, I'm realizing that this is just the craziest story of people just hanging out and eating at this woman's castle for 10 years. Like, this is big Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and never leave, like that kind of thing. And, that's like the craziest part. I know it's part of the story, but yeah, that's what makes it interesting. I don't know. His take on it is what I would expect a Christopher Nolan take to be on the Odyssey.
That sounds derogatory, but that's okay. I this will be in the top 5 of the year for me, almost for sure. This was awesome. It might
So
be. I'd have to watch it again to know for sure, but this could be my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I think it's excellent. I was engrossed the whole time. Gripped to the seat, gripped to the story. I knew the story very well. I like that kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys remember the show Arthur, but they did a whole Odyssey episode where they have the whirlpool and the Cyclops and the sirens, and they have a ton of the elements of the original story. And then the last third of the story is the story that I didn't really know about very much of until about a year ago when I saw a movie with Ralph Fiennes. I don't remember the name of it right now. I think I talked about it on here briefly. But that whole movie is just the third act, where it's old Odysseus washes up on shore and like doesn't reclaim the throne immediately. He has to like pretend to be a homeless guy for a while, and then they do the bow challenge just like in this movie. And I was like, oh, now I do know that part of the story. I didn't realize they were going to make that. I didn't realize that was all part of this. I only, when I think of Odyssey, I think of the trials. I think of after the Trojan horse, all the stuff with the Cyclops, the animals turning into animals island, the giants island. They go to so many places. They do so many things. And I don't know if anyone looked behind the scenes stuff.
They follow the actual epic pretty closely.
They do. They don't change a whole lot. Like they and I think tonally and what the story is trying to say about war and are we the bad guys, basically, is what I think that's the kind of the final message when you get to the Matt Damon speech with Anne Hathaway at the end. But yeah, it follows it pretty faithfully. And then when I look at the behind the scenes stuff, Christopher Nolan, one of the few guys who still makes stuff as practically as possible. I think this is the first movie to be shot entirely on IMAX, and like everything you see here is practicals. Even that big troll monster in the cave is a giant puppet. Like when they're on the water and they're in the boat and they made everything, like they made all that. That's not green screen. None of this is like a Marvel movie where it's just like everyone's filmed in 20 locations and they crop it together later. This is all stuff they made for real. All the sites, the Troy, when they sack Troy, that's all practical stuff. I personally can feel it. This feels so visceral and real and like there. There's a scene where the dolphins pass by in the boats. They just caught dolphins on camera. They weren't planning on dolphins because those were just dolphins that were swimming by the boat when they were filming. It's one of the last big movies to really be filmed all real. You can make small movies real, but like a movie like this is just that's a feat. He's one of the only guys left who can do it, and I think everyone's impressive. It's insane. It's actually insane that they you watch those boat scenes and you're like, they're actually on a fucking thing out there right now. Like, yeah, they were. Like they really were. That's actually crazy.
I did feel salty during those scenes. I felt like I was in salt water.
Before we go on, everyone can say their favorite excursion, maybe. Mine personally is the animal story turning into animals. Samantha Morton is Circe, the witch who turns them into animals. That's my favorite of the little side quests. It's nasty. It's scary when she's turning them into animals, and when the guys are eating at the table, it's fucking nasty. The guy hunting the deer.
So it's the animals. It's the Cyclops. It's the siren
giants,
song.
The sirens, the giants, and I think there might be one more. I'm not thinking of. And those are the main ones. And then, I mean, there's just the Trojan horse part of the story, which everyone learns about that. I think that's the most common story that everyone knows. They sneak in with the Trojan horse. But in this, it's so gross and real. They have to actually be in a thing, and they're yanking it to shore. Again, another practical. They really pulled that fucking thing. Like, I don't remember how far it was in real life. Obviously, it wasn't, like, hundreds of kilometers. But, like, they really pulled a thing to the city. And that horse is a real horse that they stood up, and people can't... Like, it's very... crazy, but yeah, what were your guys' favorite side quests?
Mine was probably the Cyclops. I'm surprised I didn't remember this in the book because it seemed like the most interesting and fun one. I was so mad at the end when Odysseus just like shot him in the eye because it was just so unnecessary. And it made me not like him for like the next 45 minutes. And I'm like, ugh, he's such an egotistical man. Why can't he just like leave with a win? He had to go all out, and it made it even more difficult for himself and everyone else.
Yeah. He's the
But I liked how they made
Odysseus.
the monster. Like, it just seemed like a big doofus.
I like how he like just ignores them for most of the time he's in there, because like to him it's like, I think one of the other guys says that like you don't talk to the ants when there's ants around, like you just walk over and you don't even think about it. Like it's like the same thing, and then they start fucking with him, and that's when he starts randomly eating them because he's just pissed at them. But like he doesn't ever take them as like a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a
I
favorite?
don't feel like I knew that he was a shepherd. Like that was the weirdest part for me in that scene. Like the sheep seemed to be
he was herding. Fine. It was like herding cattle, you know. It's like anything else.
Yeah, it was just sort of I don't know what I thought he lived on, but it wasn't like he had a farm. You know, it wasn't like old Cyclops had a farm, you know, kind of thing.
He needed the farmer hat.
I am gonna agree with Brennan that it's the turning the men into the animals, which was really disgusting, but also incredibly visceral and amazing to watch, and seeing like watching the guys sort of realize at some point, and then seeing, you know, Odysseus figure out what's happening, and the fact that I don't know, they're dumb to start with. The one guy goes in the backyard and he's all like, huh, look at all this armor. I'm gonna go back in and have something to eat. So
dude, yeah, I can't believe they didn't figure it out faster, but I guess they were just too hungry.
I mean, they were hungry, so there's that.
Oh yeah, then they eat the sacred cow later, and get cursed. Like they're just the men do not make the best decisions. Not that like the worst decision in the first place was not just going straight home. They had to make side quests. I don't know why Odysseus felt the need to do that, but it's his hubris, I suppose. But it sounds like we're all in varying degrees of recommend. I'm pretty high on it. It sounds like you guys are decently high on it.
I'm fine with recommending it.
All right, that is the Odyssey. On to the next. This was out in theaters for a long time. It's streaming now, so we'll talk about it one more time because Nicole just saw Obsession, and I talked about it last time. Jess talked about it a little bit the last time, but we'll chime in with our thoughts after Nicole. Obsession, the horror movie with the girl, and she's in a bunch of memes, and she gives us a stick as a wish. What did you think of Obsession?
She is in a bunch of memes. I thought it was good. I thought after watching it, seeing how much hype it's received, I think is just a wee bit unwarranted. But I don't mean that in any disrespect to this director. I thought it was this was his first movie, right?
He had another one that was like a 50-minute movie, but this is his first big theatrical release movie.
Like theatrical. Yeah, I mean, props to him. That's awesome.
26 years old, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool. So it wasn't bad by any means. It was enjoyable to watch, but I thought everyone was really hyping it up a lot more than it should have been. I don't know. It's kind of just predictable. I was noticing in some scenes, I suppose with their budget was difficult to have something other than looking through the window of a car. And that seems to be the common thread of this whole way that it was shot. And you can only use that as a jump scare so much in a movie until it's like, oh, I know it's coming. Sometimes they got me and there wasn't one, so I appreciated that. But, when you are working with a tight ship like that and you have to find creative ways to make things eerie and spooky, I think they did an okay job of that. But yeah, I mean, interesting story. I bet he'll make some more avant-garde shit that no one's gonna like except the big fans of that. So that's
think,
my assumption is what's going to come out of his directing.
I think there's the other young director, the guy who made Backrooms. I think he's more of the avant-garde guy. I see this guy as going into the Blumhouse machine and pumping out like The Conjuring 7 or something, like just getting sucked into some big regular.
Well, I don't know what's worse out of those two then.
Not movies you'll be seeing. But
Probably
Jess, you gave your brief thoughts. You gave your brief thoughts on Obsession a couple episodes ago, but yeah, did you want to add anything else? I know you thought it was pretty mid, I think is what your thoughts were last time.
I still don't understand why it was so popular. I talked to one of my friends who also
That's what I'm saying.
Movies, and she's like, why is everyone obsessed with Obsession? I was like, I don't know, because I think it was just mid. I don't think it was extremely scary or extremely good. I don't know why everyone liked it so much.
I think I'm with Nicole where like I liked it and I think it's above average movie, but I don't know. I guess I'm with both of you in that I don't think maybe we're just too old. It might be we're early 30s. Maybe this is a younger person movie, 20s, teenagers. So perhaps we're just too old to really connect. More of the I don't know. Is it an online dating scene thing? Is this? I'm not exactly sure why, but and again, memeable to death. Every frame has been memed to death, so nothing draws a crowd like a crowd. So I guess just once the ball gets rolling, everyone wants to see it, and the thing is it is a good movie. It's not like it's a piece of crap that people jump on because it's so bad it's good. It's like a genuinely good movie. But I think I give it like a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Like it's above average for sure. I liked it quite a bit, and it's got some inventive stuff, but. Yeah, so we're all like, would you be Nicole? It sounds like you're on a recommend. Are you on a recommend, Jess, or are you on a not recommend?
Probably not. I think there's way more better movies to see.
All right, we will leave Obsession there because that was third time, final time. I don't think Mama K is gonna join us in the future on that one. That's I would only recommend
Obsessed.
I would only recommend a horror movie to Mama K if it really warranted it and. That one's not the one. So,
and I don't even think that should be classified as horror. I don't think it was.
I know you don't. It's a horror movie. There's no way you could not call this a horror movie.
Like, huh?
I said there's no way you could not call this horror movie. You said what? It's suspenseful.
I would call this more of a suspense movie. Yeah.
I don't think it's horror.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can.
I mean, the end is pretty horror.
Is it only a horror movie if it's The Conjuring? Is it only a horror movie if it's got like ghosts and like Evil Dead creatures coming at you?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
No, but actually, because every time there's a bunch of movies that are horror movies where it's like someone coming after you and you're like, that's not really scary. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you just need a ghost jump scaring you is what you need. But
paranormal, supernatural.
Yeah, supernatural of some sort. But we will move past Obsession on to another movie that Jess and I have both seen. I don't think you guys have seen it. It's in theaters now. Olivia Wilde's third film. She directed Booksmart, which we all really loved, and Don't Worry, Darling, which I don't think anyone liked. And This is her third movie, The Invite. The Invite with her and Seth Rogen starring opposite of Ed Norton and Selma Hayek. It is a play movie is what I would call it. It all takes place in one apartment. The neighbors are coming over for dinner. Seth Rogen and Olivia Wilde are a squabbling couple, and Edward Norton and Salma Hayek are a bohemian free spirit in love couple. And so they have a nice dinner together where they discuss some stuff. Jess, what did you think of The Invite?
I thought it was great. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know she was making a new movie. Well, maybe. I think I saw her in the press a lot, so I figured she was, but I didn't look into what exactly her movie was about. I saw one person on TikTok say that it was great and it was so good. And then Karen saw it and she says that it was amazing. So I was pretty excited to see it. And I was surprised because it was pretty into the release. There weren't many showings. It showed like 3 or 4 times a day. Like it wasn't like 6 or 7 like most movies. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's like a small one. But it was so good.
It's an A24, small release.
It was so good. It hooks you in so fast. The music behind it just keeps you at your seat. I remembered I had to use the bathroom, and I'm like, I can't miss any second because like one joke will like it's like you're missing everything. It And you have no idea where this movie's going to go. Like, it could have gone in so many directions, but it just kept you guessing. I think Olivia Wilde did so good as an actress. She was definitely my favorite performance. Like, she just looked anxiety-ridden, like, the entire time. I thought it was just so good.
After I saw this after
a lot like...
go ahead.
What's that James McAvoy one that we saw?
Oh, the one where he's in like a farmhouse and he's like a bad guy in a farmhouse.
And the neighbors come over and they have squabbles. It sounds exactly like that.
It's not tonally similar at all, though. That's well, maybe not a horror movie by Jess's standards, but most people would call that a horror movie. This is a drama. This is pure.
Gotcha.
This is like a drama with comedy in it. But after I saw this right after the Odyssey, a couple days after, same thing. I had to see a weird time showing after work one day because it was coming off the schedule. It didn't get a lot of theater slots, but I knew I wanted to see it before this came out. And after Odyssey, I was like, well, I mean, top 5's looking tough to get into this year. I think we've had a really good year of movies, my personal opinion. And then after this, I was like, oh man, I don't know if Odyssey's gonna be number 1 because I freaking love this movie. It's amazing. I love The Invite. I love this movie.
I don't think this even came to the theaters near me. Like, I know I've heard of it, but I thought it was later released. Like, I haven't seen it at all here. So I guess I've missed it.
That's a crime. This is an excellent movie. I would highly recommend when you do. It's a people talking in rooms movie. I like that. It's a movie that's, like I said, staged like a play. I like that. I like all 4 of our leads in various things. You look at the 4 and you're like, Seth Rogen kind of sticks out a little bit out of those 4.
Everyone hates him now. Everyone thinks he's just not funny.
I think he's really good in this. Like, really, I think everyone's really good.
Yeah.
I think
in this he's really good, but I think in general people aren't like crazy when he's in a movie.
No, I think he's people are over him, and I get it. But like, I mean, this. Oh man, God, I love all 4. I think all 4 of them do really good. I think Olivia Wilde is the best performance because she's the rangiest. But like, perfect use of an Edward Norton Selma Hayek, or am I saying it's not Selma Hayek? Is it actually? It's Penelope Cruz. That's my bad. But geez. It's scratch all the rest of that. It's Penelope Cruz, but not any like still really good. Maybe it's because she's dressed like Selma Hayek dresses in this one other movie I'm thinking of. Anyway, this is. I mean, there's a midpoint kind of twist, I guess, if you don't know going in, that kind of adds to it. Although I didn't know that going in, but I guessed it pretty quickly. But it's just really, it's so well written and performed, and like everything's believable, and it's just oh my God, I was just drawn into the whole thing. I don't want to spoil all the stuff, but the conversations are just excellent. The performances are really good.
I even love how it ended. It ended.
I love the ending. Like, it's perfect.
The ending was so good.
The whole thing.
I can't wait to see it.
There's tiny lulls,
I think
maybe,
you'd really
but
like
like.
it, okay?
Yeah, you would really. I think you would really like this. I don't know if Nicole would. You said she would, Jess, but I think she wouldn't like anybody. I don't think she'd like anybody. I think she'd be upset at Olivia Wilde and upset at Seth Rogen.
I love Ed Norton.
You'd probably like him. I think you would be annoyed by our 2 main people, even though I think they're giving really good specific performances. I'm typically
annoyed by Seth Rogen anyway, so I mean, I would watch it.
Too neurotic.
I would want you to try to watch this, Nicole, but I guarantee 20 minutes in, you'll be like, I fucking hate these people. Like, I guarantee. But you should still give it a chance when it comes out streaming. Hour 45, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I hope it gets up for some stuff. It's a really small movie in comparison to some of the other ones we've talked about. But Olivia Wilde, you're out of director jail after after Don't Worry, Darling. You're two for 3. So that's The Invite. Very, very good movie. Nicole caught
Isn't there another movie called Invitation or something? Like, there's all these movies about people in a house and their neighbors come over, and they're all called The Invitation, The Invite, The Gift, The Gathering. I don't know. There's so many.
There's 2 movies called The Gift. Yeah.
The Giver.
I know there's a movie called The Gift. That's why I said it. The Giver, The Gift Giver.
Well, the thing is, sometimes they're horror and then sometimes they're dramas. This is the drama one. Usually those other ones you mentioned are all horror-ish, I'll say, movies. But no, this is a drama. It's really, really good drama. On to another movie. It was in theaters earlier this year. It's streaming now on Prime. I think everyone has seen it now. Nicole, the last one to catch up on. Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary, Nicole just recently saw with Ryan Gosling and his little friend from space. What'd you think of this one, Nicole?
Yeah, I did to see this. I really liked it. Again, I understand the hype, but I will not buy into the hype as much as everybody else. Just because I don't like space movies. And
okay.
there was a section of this movie where they're meeting him and Rocky for the first time, and there it's got that the ship is seeing the other ship, and they're passing stuff back and forth, and I was like, oh no, I don't know what's going on over here. I don't understand the physics of this. I don't get how this is happening. So that kind of took, I was looking at my phone for a little bit during that time, but the rest of it is good. I caught the twist, didn't I, Brennan? I knew
partially.
how he made it onto the ship.
You got some twists.
Partially.
You thought Rocky's glowing arms were gonna do something, and I was like,
well, yeah. When they zoomed into his little glowing arms, I'm like, oh well, that might do something. Why else would they? They didn't say anything about that.
You thought the Earth people were going to be bad guys, and they weren't really bad guys. They just had to trick Ryan Gosling. You were partially right. You had some partial guesses here.
Okay. Well, I thought this was way too long, as usual. There's no reason for a movie to be 2 hours and 45 minutes long. And if I'm being honest with you, this is a rare happening where I think this would be better suited as a short series, because I think they could really expand on a lot of the information, get us more info about the sun getting eaten up and all that stuff. Like, it's too much for a movie, but they could have added more to a short series, like a Stranger Things season or something. I think this would have done well with that.
I can tell you, though, I would never watch this as a series, because I'm with you on the space thing, and there's plenty of space series out there that I don't watch, and I wouldn't watch this, but I think this was the least spacey space movie that's come out in a long time. So that's...
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, I do like how involved we are with them together in the ship.
It's a relationship movie.
Yeah, I do like that.
Relationship.
Myself, I would never pick up my remote and pick this to watch. So, it's too long. But yeah, I mean, it was good.
But I recommend still?
I'm not in a good mood today. I'm not in a good mood right now, so I don't have much to say about it.
You didn't have to go see the
I
Odyssey.
guess.
I mean, there's that.
The Odyssey's longer than this.
I saw
but it's 3 hours long.
A meme. I saw a meme that perfectly describes how I feel about the Odyssey. It said, "Why would I spend $20 on an IMAX ticket when I can wait until I'm on a 9-hour flight to watch this on the back of an airplane seat?"
Oh my God.
That is when you watch it, when you're trying to fall asleep.
I feel that.
A long movie.
That's probably when I would need to fall asleep on the flight to watch the Odyssey.
Maybe when we're coming back from Europe, it'll be... probably not, actually. It's probably still be in theaters.
Probably
at
not
that
yet.
point. Yeah, maybe next year.
I fall into this conundrum of... I wouldn't recommend this movie because it was too long, but everyone loves Ryan Gosling, so I guess...
Oh, wow, you wouldn't... I think was everyone else on a recommend? I was on a recommend for this one for
It
sure.
was good.
Yeah,
I said it was
I liked
good
it.
in the beginning, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you I'm in a bad mood. I'm not going to give you the best review right now. It was...
All right, that's
it
fine.
was too long.
You get to take a break for a bit, 'cause I don't
Everything
think you've
sucks.
seen... I don't think you've seen a lot of
Everything
it coming up.
sucks.
I know. You did scroll on your phone for the next 40 minutes, and we'll come back to you for TV time.
I'm actually doing a word search, so...
Okay. Well, Jess, you're also on a time crunch, so why don't you go ahead and talk about this theater movie that only you have seen, and that is Supergirl. Supergirl, DC Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Like Superman, but a girl. 53% Rotten Tomatoes. Didn't do as good at the box office as expected. I don't think anyone else saw this in our show, but
no.
Jess, Supergirl.
Not crazy about it. Hardly even remember what it was about. Total gloss
Not
over.
doing well today, everybody.
Not doing it. I really don't have anything to say because I don't remember anything.
I wish I could help you.
I'm in a bad mood,
I
too.
truly don't. I don't know what happened in this. Okay,
No, my mood's fine. It's really just easily forgettable.
It's just, I saw the preview 5 million times, and every time I saw it, I was less likely to see this movie. So, huge mistake.
Obviously, the reason they do things like this is because they want superhero movies are more male than female, and they think if we put girl as main, it will make more girls watch. That clearly is not working on this very small sample size here. 2 people didn't see it. One person doesn't remember seeing it. Like, I think they're just...
Wait,
like
did Mama K see it or no?
No.
No, but I saw Captain
Right?
Marvel, so what? Same thing.
But you feel about Captain
saw
Marvel
Madam Web.
how Jess feels about this, in which you don't care.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so like
and
I don't know what their goal is here. Like I think they just don't understand that like women don't want to see superhero movies as badly as men, and they want to see the good ones like a man would, like anyone would.
Right.
So why are you making these? Because this doesn't seem to appeal
Go
to
to-
anybody.
Yeah, go to Comic-Con and see who shows up, and then decide that you're going to make another, Supergirl movie. So, I mean,
I think the only one that
Yeah,
did well, I think Wonder Woman did well. I think Birds of Prey did well, but I think everything else that's female star superhero, even like a Black Widow and like obviously Captain Marvel, like they made enough money, but this was people were bought in critically and audience wise. They were weaker performers, so just make a good movie. You don't have to focus solely on that. It doesn't seem to be working for anybody. So I don't know who are you making this for. All right, Supergirl. We can scooch past that. We'll have one more theater to come back to a little bit later, but we're gonna go through some streaming quick. I caught up on 2 different movies that Mama Kay and Jess have seen earlier in the year. So the first they saw at the beginning of the year. I don't know why Mama Kay saw this. I understand why Jess would see this, and I'm sure she doesn't think it's a horror movie. And that's Send Help. Send Help. I've caught up on with Rachel McAdams, where she's on an island with her asshole boss. It's a horror comedy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was dumb. I didn't even know what it was until you said they were on an island, and I was like, oh, yeah. Wow, this was this year? After... It felt like so long ago.
It was January, so it was 2026 movie. Eligible for the end of the year Best and Worst awards, so we'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I remember just saying I thought it was dumb, and Mama Kay saying it was you liked it more than you thought it would, but even though you would still consider it horror. Right? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a finely put together movie. It was a weird movie though. Like it's hard to buy Rachel McAdams in that character. Yeah, it's such a weird film and weird casting and and the way the tone changes is strange. But it's a little bit Survivor. It's a little bit not.
Survivor. A little bit rock and roll.
I realized, I think, after we had recorded that this was a Sam Raimi movie, and he makes the original Evil Dead movies. He made Darkman and the Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire. So he makes stuff that's silly, even though it's not supposed to be. Like he forces silliness into all his stuff, which I like. I like doing that because it makes me remember it, and it's more different. And this definitely has a lot of that. There's a lot of goofy horror, or like things popping out and eyes popping out, and like just like a lot of vomiting on people, and like I was like, oh, this is Sam. He's cackling behind the camera while he's making this. I can see it. I like this more than I thought I would, because I saw the trailers of the Rachel McAdams as the frumpy office assistant, and I'm like, you're really this is a tough sell, man. Upon watch, it's better executed than I was expecting. I think I buy it pretty well. I don't know if it's just her performance or the filmmaking, but her from the office to the island, I see enough of a transformation where like she's still Rachel McAdams to The Office, but like I bought it more than I thought I would. I wish the guy was any more redeemable because they were toying with parts of it where he could be redeemable and then he just isn't, which is very disappointing. Right. Not that she's perfect because she does some pretty bad things too.
She's definitely not perfect.
No, she does a lot of things you shouldn't do. But overall, as far as Trapped on an Island with a couple characters, it's got some good. I laughed quite a few times. I think it's a good movie overall. It's not going to be on my end of year top 5. Definitely not on the bottom 5. I think it's above average. So send help. Glad I caught up on it. Jess, you saw a movie that no one else saw. It's on HBO Max. It's got middling reviews. I saw the trailer. Was bored by the trailer. Starring Glenn Powell, sexy leading man Glenn Powell. He's a billionaire.
I'm so tired of that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, we'll see how tired we are after Jess talks about how to make a killing. How to make a killing. Jess, what'd you think?
I like this movie. I thought it was really fun. I was engaged the whole time. Yeah, I was engaged the whole time. I thought it was pretty funny. Like, this is a perfect movie that you'd watch on an airplane because it's kind of light. It's funny. I thought it was good. I thought the characters were good. It's like a story of his mom had him when she was a teenager, so she was estranged from her family, and her family is like extremely wealthy and rich, and so he kills off like all his family members in order to get all his inheritance to be next in line. And like every 20 minutes or so is him plotting, trying to kill another character, but it's done in like a comedic way. It's really funny. So I thought it was really funny. I think you guys should watch it. Well, I don't know. You might not like it, but I did.
Interesting. I mean, if it's already on HBO Max, that means it's going to be on a plane, which means, Nicole, you and I could possibly watch this next month when we're on some long plane rides.
Okay.
This sounds very British.
Interrupt your crossword.
It's a word search.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your word search.
Doesn't this sound like a British plot? British. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, British plots for movies, it's perfect. It's like A Fish Called Wanda. It's perfectly fine to kill people as long as you're killing them in a funny way. So, you know. Yeah.
I think it's probably because they're like rich too. They're probably mean. They're probably all assholes to each other. So
they've got like rich people energy, just like chaotic personalities.
I'd give this a try, I guess. You're the first person who not only said anything positive, who's really said anything. I have heard almost nothing about this movie, and I just was scrolling for 2026 movies and saw this pop up with a lot of people I've heard of in it. So, but I might save this for a plane, and then we'll get back to you on this one.
Good.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. A couple more streaming here. This one came out earlier this year. Only Jess saw it. Another movie that she probably doesn't count as horror, but it is here a supernatural horror movie, and that is Undertone. Undertone, the movie with the girl with a podcast talking about scary things.
I saw that a while ago.
Yeah, again, this was earlier this year. It's just like the send help. It was streaming. It had a decent review, 74% Rotten Tomatoes. So I was like, hour and a half, not too bad. I'll just give it a try. And it's a refresher for anyone who doesn't remember. A girl and a guy have a podcast. You're all only with the girl. She's taking care of her sick mom, and they get this weird transcript recording that they listen one piece of it to every episode of their podcast. So it's like 7 or 8 clips or something, and it's this couple who have a baby, and the wife is starting to go crazy slowly during the thing. There's a lot about not wanting to be a mother, or like the baby's bad, or there's like a demon that is like the abortion demon. I don't know what else to call her, but she sneaks into your house and kills your babies, I guess. The new babies of a mother. Whatever.
Sounds like a murderer.
I'm sorry, what?
I know.
That's what happens in Undertone.
Nicole's back.
Oh, a murdering thing.
It's murder.
Yeah, murder baby demon. And I say that's what happens in the movie, but that's not really what happens. What happens in the movie is the woman looks at her laptop and listens to spooky noises, and then she goes to the next scene, and then she goes to the next scene, and then the mom is sick in the bed, and nothing happens until the last 15 minutes, and then it goes all crazy. I mean, Jess, I'm with you. I hated this movie. This movie sucked.
Yeah, I hated
Undertone was bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'm usually okay with a slow-paced horror movie and like a slow burn. This is like I'm like, it was like watching nothing. It was really like watching nothing. I am shocked at how little happened in this. I was trying to recall things. I'm like, only does anything happen in the last 10 or 15 minutes. There's no other things that happen in it. It's the same scene of her listening. The camera cuts to like pictures of like Jesus on the wall and like angels, and it's the wavy lines of a podcast audio recording on an audio app, and she's staring at it. But nothing happens the whole time. Nothing. There is no jump scares really until the very end. Like, it really doesn't. There's just I can't stress enough how little happens in Undertone. So I wouldn't recommend it. It's undertone, like super undertoned. There's no flatlining.
No tone.
So that's Undertone. And then, oh my god, we still got a lot of streaming movies to catch up on here. How about this one? 2025, so recent, but not this year. Recommended to me by Jess, who said, had you seen it? I had not. I caught up on it. And that is The Long Walk. The Long Walk, which came out last year. It's a Stephen King adaptation. It stars a lot of young people you would recognize. The main bad guy is Mark Hamill as the Major. He's a military guy. And very simple premise. It's the U.S. after some bad civil war kind of thing has happened. So everyone's destitute and impoverished. And young men of a certain age either sign up or are volunteered, or I don't exactly know how it all works. I think they all volunteered because you get a bunch of money if you win, and they're all impoverished. You go on the Long Walk, which is 50 young men, one from each state, and they walk until only one person is left, and that's it. The military follows them the whole time in tanks and shit. There's a couple of minor rules, like you can't leave the course or you'll get shot immediately. If you stop to tie your shoe or whatever, you have like 3 seconds or 5 seconds before they shoot you. Like, there's a bunch of little countdowns, but basically you just can't stop walking. You can't drop below a certain speed. And that's The Long Walk. Jess, you recommended this to me, so what'd you think of it?
Yes, I loved it. This is one of the movies where the characters just grow on you, and at the very end, you're just so attached to them, they feel like they're part of your family, and you just don't want the movie to end because you don't know what you're going to do. I haven't felt that way in a movie in a long time, and this definitely made me feel this way. The two at the end, they were just so good. Their bond was so good. Their stories, like, the progression of them walking is kind of hard to watch, and it's definitely gross in some points, but you just can't look away. It was so good. I loved it. I think this might even be in my top. I
can't because it's not from this year.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, sorry. You're going to have to pick some other mediocre movie you don't like instead of... what did I say? So the best part of this movie for me was the two leads. It's Cooper Hoffman, son of Dustin Hoffman, and the guy, or not Dustin Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman. My bad, I'm getting names wrong tonight. Philip Seymour Hoffman's kid, and he was in Licorice Pizza. Different. I think that's the biggest thing he was in. Very different, yes, agree. And then he is opposite David Johnson, not the football player, but the guy from Rye Lane from a couple years ago. Remember Rye Lane, the British comedy with rom-com?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone remember Rye Lane? That was a nice movie.
Yes.
They are the two leads, the two main guys you follow in the story, and then there are a lot of other smaller roles, but, you know, they're the two you follow the whole time. So the whole thing is a lot of just them, walking and talking. You learn about their backgrounds. People die as it goes. They walk for days. Apparently they like can sleep while they walk. I don't know if that's like a thing that they give them to do that. But they can do it because they walk for like 4, 5, 6 days, something like that. So, you know, I'll suspend disbelief there. Yeah. That's fine. That didn't bother me. I'm like, okay, they just can do that. That's fine. But I was curious why there wasn't either more mutiny, like, you know, people trying to stop the soldiers. One guy does way later and he's by himself and everyone's exhausted, so he obviously fails, but like no one's really trying to do that. They also don't antagonize each other too much. There's one asshole character who is accidentally responsible for the death of somebody. I'm just thinking to myself, if I'm in this, I'm taking people out. I feel like, because like I'm not gonna actually be able. Like they walk for what 5 or 6 days. In real life, no, you can't actually do that. So like in my head, I'm like, these are my opponents. They're all very,
I don't know,
they're all very chummy, and like make friends with each other and like work.
If I try to take people out, I'd be too worried they gang up on me and take me out.
I guess I would think everyone's has that mindset. I'm surprised they all have this "we're in this together" mindset. I guess it's because it's not like a show like Survivor where like you make alliances and vote people out one by one and like you have all your stuff. Like this, only one person lives, and like, you know, I don't know. I was just surprised people weren't trying to kill each other more. They basically don't. I mean, the one guy who accidentally caused the death of another person, it's an accident, and he feels bad about it. And yeah, it's, I don't know. But I liked most of the journey with the two leads. I do have one more nitpick though. I hate the end. I really hate the ending. I think it's really bad, and I don't really know what it's trying to say.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. There's even a last shot of the movie. I'm like, I don't even get it. I don't get it at all.
Do you know if
I'm assuming that he shot the major and then he killed him. He got killed immediately.
I guess.
And he's like walking into heaven or whatever.
I tend to think that's the case. I guess it's really unsatisfying. I guess the book has a different ending, and I read that.
I was just going to ask that question because Stephen King won't leave you with a bad ending. So
no, he does. Stephen King does leave you with a bad ending. He's bad at endings, and they did change it. And I read the original ending, and it's also bad in my opinion. I don't think this is any better or worse. It's just different. Some of the choices are a little different. I think the last character that survives is different in the book, but it's still bad. I don't know. It's a good journey, and the two leads are really good, so it's really watchable because of that. So I didn't love it as much as you did, Jess, but I liked it. There were just a lot of things distracting me and little nitpicky things here and there, but it is a solid watch. And that is The Long Walk. All right, we're gonna cut back to theaters now because I think we had one other theater movie to get to before we finish off some streaming stuff, and that is Mama Kay seeing, I can't imagine this was her choice, but Young Washington. Young Washington. And I like a history movie. I do. This looked like pretty bad. I saw like just the poster and I saw the trailer, and I'm like, this looks not good. Yeah. This looks cheesy and weird and TV movie-ish. And it's got 61% Rotten Tomatoes, so middling, not terrible, but Mama Kay, Young Washington.
This was not something that was on my radar to go to the movies to see, but we have like a $4 Tuesday or whatever, and sometimes you just make it in there and it's 90 degrees out, so it feels like a good idea. And I'm actually glad I did. This was good. There was some good parts of this. Andy Serkis is in this movie. I had no idea. And
really?
I don't know the lead. I don't feel like the lead who played George Washington is a well-known person at all, which kind of helps. And I actually don't feel like I know George Washington at all until he has, white hair and wooden teeth or whatever. I mean, that's all we're taught about him. Cherry tree, all that kind of stuff. And this addressed the cherry tree a little bit, which was kind of nice. But I think it's a good little historical film. It shows you all the real, probably 3/4 of the movie is nothing but George Washington failing. So to see how he turns around and becomes a leader, we don't get to see that, all the stuff from later on, but we get to see when he becomes a leader. And to see that happen after all of these really disastrous failings that led to a lot of loss of life.
Did it show how he basically started the French Indian War by accident?
I don't know if it really was by accident. But yeah,
he didn't. I don't think he meant to start the whole war, but that's what I mean. I'm sure the things were intentional.
Right? No, I know what you're saying.
In the battle,
yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, and that's a big part of it actually, and it's not. I don't think it's groundbreaking as far as filmmaking, but it did. I don't ever think, you think of people when you know them and when you encounter them in your lives, and everyone encounters George Washington as a president, and he's, what he is. But this is set so far, before that. Mary Louise Parker plays his mom. She does a good job playing his mom. And yeah, I thought it was fine. I would give it a recommend. It's something interesting to see, something you don't really, you only know about him as he's famous and the things that he did and what everybody has all of this, gratitude for. And then to realize that, yeah, he barely got there. Like, he was a pretty big fuck up for a while.
Do you think I'd like this?
I think you'd like the story. I don't know if you'd like the storytelling.
That's why I didn't see it. Is it looked like the type of movie would not be for me. The subject matter interesting, but not. I will say.
And there's nothing bad about it. It's just it's pretty it's it's pretty mediocre, the storytelling. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's just serviceable, kind of regular stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I said TV movies, the vibe I got. But it's when I see Angel Studios, I'm not always. I have not seen an Angel Studios movie I've enjoyed. I'll just leave it that simply. So it always wards me off a little bit. But all right, Young Washington.
The other one is the what's it? The football guy movie. Is that an Angel Studios movie?
The one with that old football player who was in college.
Yeah.
Oh, Kurt Warner one?
Or the Kurt Warner one, either one of those.
Those are both Angel Studios. I think Kurt Warner movie is the best Angel Studios movie I've ever seen. That's what
this might be better.
3.5-star movie.
This might be better than that.
Did you ever see Sound of Freedom, that child trafficking movie?
No.
Yeah, that's another one. I saw that one. I was
familiar.
Like, it's okay. I mean, for them, it was okay. But it is the story. It is their brand of storytelling that the hand is heavy, and I don't care for it. But yeah, maybe.
I have to say, it didn't feel like that kind of a movie. So, if that's helpful,
I could plane this perhaps, maybe just to that sounds like something. All right, I will power through my next 4 movies that are all 2026 movies. They're all streaming. I'll tell you where for the listeners, and you guys can chime in if you have any thoughts. I don't think you've seen any of them or care about most of them. But I think at least one could be interest-piquing. Starting with a sequel to a movie that Jess and I think both liked, and that's Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Samara Weaving is back, this time with her younger sister in the movie, not in real life, Catherine Newton, another modern scream queen. She's in a lot of the teen horror comedy kind of movies. So they're sisters in this one. They're estranged in the first one. They do some half-assed stuff to explain why she wasn't in the first one, because it's at a wedding and she wasn't there. So we had to explain that. So now instead of fighting her one rich new family, she has to fight the council of rich evil families. Oh, so original. So most of the movies, the last one, Elijah Wood plays the lawyer, I think I don't remember what his title is, but he's the one who's in charge of the rules for all the games that happen in the killing of the people and the rituals and the sacrifices and all the powers. He's in charge of the rules. So he's kind of a fun character in this. And then all of the other guys running around. Sarah Michelle Gellar is one of the main ones. Sean Hatosi, I don't know who that is, but I guess he's another one of the main ones. But it's kind of okay for the first 2/3.
You know who he is.
What is he in?
He's in The Pit.
Oh, is he the night guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew I recognized him. I couldn't place it. I'm because him and Sarah Michelle Gellar are brother and sister, and they're the main ones. Their dad, for some reason, is who's the horror movie guy who made Scanners? Cronenberg. For some reason, David Cronenberg is their father, and he dies early in the movie. But Sean from The Pit and Sarah Michelle Gellar are the main
Buffy the Vampire
bad guys.
Slayer.
But yeah,
And
Daphne,
an ER nurse,
yeah.
ER doctor walk into a bar.
Daphne and ER doctor walking the bar. Yeah, first 2/3 is boilerplate, bad jokes, funny kills, quips. It's fine, and then the last third's pretty good. I say it kind of comes around in the last third because then they have to do the rituals. Samara Weaving's character pulls like a double cross fast one kind of thing that actually ends up being kind of interesting. So it kind of comes around a little bit in the third act. So it would be like, if you like this type of movie, it's like on the medium, very medium. I'm very in between a soft recommend and soft not recommend. I'd probably soft recommend just because I think you could just kind of skim the first hour and then, you could turn your phone off for the last half hour and then watch that. And then that's really good. And you're not going to miss anything. You're going to get it. You're not missing anything important. So yeah, like I soft recommend this. I think if you liked the first one, you would like this one. Next up, 2026 movie as well. That last one was on Hulu Disney Plus, that bundle. This one is also on the Hulu Disney Plus bundle, and that's Pizza Movie. Anyone heard of Pizza Movie?
No.
It stars Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things. He's Dustin from Stranger Things, and opposite him is Sean Gimbrone. I don't know who he is, but he's the other lead, and Lulu Wilson is the girl in it. It's a college drug trip movie. So the two kids, the two guys, Gatton and Sean, or I don't know their names in this, Jack and Montgomery. There you go. There's their names in the movie. They're the college outcasts. Jack, the Gatton Matrazo guy, is like a really outgoing guy, but we find out he did this terrible thing to the football team by accident, so everyone hates him in the school. And it's a movie that's very exaggerated, so like they comically hate him. Like everyone who walks by him just yells "fuck you" and like punches him, kind of level of ridiculousness. They tape him to a pole, like it's over the top. And then the other guy, Montgomery, is a very quiet, nerdy guy. He's got a pet butterfly. And the two of them, they accidentally find a tin of mints that fall out of the ceiling, but the mints are actually these crazy drugs. And the drugs there's like rules to them. There's like 6 stages, and each part of the movie is a stage of the drug. So like one of the stages, if they say a curse word, their head explodes and then they restart from the beginning of where they just were. But that's only for like 10 minutes. So that's kind of funny. The one guy runs into his crush and he keeps saying the wrong thing. So he keeps yelling, "fuck, shit." Like it just when he messes up. And it's a good joke. I'm going to burn it. At one point he messes up and he yells "cunt" and nothing happens. And then he's like, "cunt." Cunt. And they keep yelling it, and then they finally say something else and it resets, and it cuts to them Googling "cunt" on Google, and then they're like, and the drug, and they're like, the drug was made with British materials. That's why "cunt" doesn't count as a swear word. So it's surprisingly, it's got a lot of clever level stuff like that. So it's not just a dumb drug trip movie kind of thing. A lot of good little side characters. A movie that is so silly. There's like a delivery pizza robot voiced by the fat guy from SNL, newer one. We were just saying his name the other day, Nicole. What was his name? Bobby Moynihan. And the little robot has to deliver the pizza, but he has his own arc. He can't go upstairs. He's getting yelled at and kicked by people, and everyone's got an arc in this. Surprisingly, it plays by its own rules, but it sticks to its own rules. It's not random, and like things actually happen that make sense toward the progression, even though the things that happen are so silly and over the top. It's a good drug trip movie. I recommend Pizza Movie. I don't know if either of you guys
need to be
really
high
care
to watch
for
it. I mean,
I was stone cold sober. I loved it. I mean, love is strong. I 4-star this. I give this a very high. This beat my expectations. I watched this because it was an hour and a half to kill kind of movie, and it's good. It's well put together. It's funny too. I laughed quite a bit. I like Pizza Movie. Not a lot of really dumb comedies that get me anymore. This is one of those. Feels like a 2006 comedy,
Napoleon Dynamite era.
Yeah, but way sillier. Like it's really over the top with its. So the butterfly talk, like they do a mind switch. That's another one of the things that happens, and so the girl and Gatton Matrazo, they switch minds, so he gets to be a popular girl for a minute, but she's not really a popular girl. She's like the outcast popular girl who like turned on the weirdos to be popular kind of thing. And then the main guy switches places with this butterfly because his butterfly accidentally takes the drugs. So then he's a butterfly flying around, and then when he's the guy, he's just flapping his arm. Nectar. I crave nectar. And he's eating people's shirts that have flowers on them. And it goes wild, but it plays in its own world where I don't lose the belief that where it lives in its own world. A lot of funny stuff in it. Anyway, next up is one of the worst movies I've seen this year, and that is The Bride. The Bride.
Oh,
Maggie Gyllenhaal's
God.
The Bride. Her take on The Bride of Frankenstein. It is like it's insane how much of a mess it is. It's really hard to follow. There's like no driving thrust. I guess really it's Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley, who I like both of those actors quite a bit. They're the bride and Frankenstein. They're on the run because Frankenstein kills someone early on who's accosting the bride. It's just really, it's all over the place. It's tonally all over the place. It's storyline all over the place. The Jessie Buckley's the bride of Frankenstein. She's also Mary Shelley as a narrator who cuts herself into the story. A lot of good talent in it. Like Jake Gyllenhaal shows up in it. Peter Sarsgaard shows up in it. Annette Bening. And it's just a mess. It's just, there's like 2 or 3 kind of good, interesting scenes. There's a dance number scene that I actually quite kind of like the dance number scene. But man, yeah, it might be in my bottom 5 of the year, all said and done. Depends how bad the rest of the movies I see. But I don't know. Did you guys hear about The Bride at all? Maggie Gyllenhaal Bride?
Not at all.
Yeah, and because I like Jessie Buckley, I was almost considering seeing it. But
I mean, it's not scary, so it's not like
no,
you
it has nothing to do with
not
that.
like
It's
it for
just
that.
There wasn't any. There wasn't anything else beyond that was going to make me see it. Like yeah.
It's. I mean,
now it seems like I don't need to.
I wish I wish someone else could give another opinion because I want to see if anyone got anything out of this. It's just so messy and like you can't latch to anything really well. Like it's just tough. It's tough. And Maggie Gyllenhaal's her only other movie was The Lost Daughter, and I liked that movie quite a bit. I think that was more performance driven. Also Jessie Buckley and then Olivia Colman. So kind of hard to mess that up. But
right.
this is a clusterfuck. Is bad. The Bride, do not recommend. And then my last one before we go to TV, and this is probably the best of the streaming movies I've seen. Could be an end of year contender, depending on what else comes out. And that's a Gore Verbinski movie that came out earlier this year. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Good luck, have fun, don't die. Also on Hulu, Disney Plus. The Bride is on HBO Max, but you don't need to watch that, so forget about that. But this is on Hulu, Disney Plus. It stars Sam Rockwell and has a decent-sized supporting cast of people you've seen. And so Sam Rockwell shows up. I guess first, either you heard of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die? It was in theaters briefly this year.
Yes. Yes, I've heard of it.
Nicole, no.
She's a no.
I am so very sorry. Please don't hate me. I really did miss what you just said.
Have you heard anything about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, the movie?
I haven't heard of any of these movies you talked about since the ones that I saw. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Right.
I've never heard of these.
All right, that's fine. You don't have to hear.
Where are you hearing about these things?
I mean, I watch movie things. My social media feeds me movie information and ads. Even just
Brennan,
film podcast.
you don't
That's
even
where
get
we
ads
differ
for
a little
movies.
No, because I don't look that shit up. It's not in my algorithm.
I guess. I actually didn't hear very much about this one specifically, so I'll just anyway. Sam Rockwell it's a sci-fi movie, sci-fi Groundhog Movie Day, except the whole thing takes place only in the one day, really. So Sam Rockwell shows up at the beginning of the movie in a diner. He looks like a homeless person. He's got this crazy wire headset thing, and he tells everyone in the diner, this is the 183rd time I've done this or whatever, and I need 6 of you to go with me, or 5 of you, or whatever he says. He's like, some of you in here, a certain combination of you guys in here, were going to help me save the future, because the future is a post-apocalypse AI nightmare place. But there's I know that for some, I don't know, they don't explain why he knows this, but you don't really think about it because that's not what the movie's about. Some combination of you guys in here are going to help me. So he picks his new batch of people, and then you follow them, and then you get flashbacks throughout the movie of each of the people that he picks, or picks him's life as they led up to this moment. In the background of the whole movie is this AI that's being built, and it's taking over like kids' minds, like certain kids, teenagers, and apparently eventually that takes over everything. And so him and his band of guys have to stop it. So it's an anti-AI movie from a bunch of different perspectives.
He must not be good at it if he's had to have done it 183 times.
Well, he's at a bit of a disadvantage. I mean, one, he's facing AI basically by himself, and he has to... Every time he shows up to this diner, he comes in, looks like a crazy homeless man. So every time he has to figure out how to convince people to believe him, to go with him, to not turn on him, to not kill each other. Because
Dude, I've seen this movie.
You saw this?
I've seen this movie. They go through a door in the diner, right?
They do, yeah. You've seen this?
Yes, I've seen
Michael
this.
Pena and Zazie Beetz is in this? Did you talk about it?
I don't think so. I took as long as you have been describing it for me to remember that I saw this. It might have been something that your dad was watching and I was in the room. But go ahead. I'll chime in when I remember something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, Zazie Beetz and Michael Pena are a couple, so they're school teachers, and they see firsthand how the apps are killing the kids, and not killing them, but like transforming them into like zombie hive mind kind of guys. Juno Temple...
Michael Pena's really got a lot of business doing that.
Why do you say that?
Because he's one of the high-up Scientologists.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's really going to be talking about... Oh, yeah.
I just like his fast-talking people.
Him and Zazie Beetz are a couple, and they're teachers. Juno Temple is one of the people. Haley Lou Richardson's one of the people.
Yes.
Yes, so you've seen this.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so... But
what an impact this left.
Yeah, this is not good because I really like this. I'm surprised you didn't... I mean, it's like a 4-star movie for me. The ending is a little... I could tell it's made by like an older guy, it feels like an older Hollywood guy. It doesn't feel, when I'm describing all these things and you hear AI, time travel, you think like it's going to be a slick new A24 kind of thing, or like some new like content, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a Gore Verbinski movie in that it feels like a 90s 2000s movie in its filmmaking and like its beats and its musical choices, like pretty much everything. It feels older despite it being on something super, super contemporary. But I liked it. The ending, I really liked the ending, but the third act as a whole was a little saggy for me. They do a lot of big CGI stuff, and that stuff just looks crappy and fake, especially compared to the Odyssey. And there's like a kid who's like controls the AI and he's writing code. I don't know. It got a little not good goofy for me, whereas the rest of it, even though Sam Rockwell looks so crazy, everything else is played decently straight. But overall, I really like this. Do you remember, now that you kind of remember it, okay, did you have any other thoughts to add?
I don't know that's the sad part, is like it must have made zero impact on me because I can remember Sam Rockwell's portrayal. He's always good, and he was really good in this. But everything else just sort of must have fallen by the wayside. Sorry. It happens.
That's too bad. I liked it quite a bit, but I mean, I would call this a Mama K sleeps during the movie. There's definitely a lot of parts where it's
it could have happened.
There's just fighting. The whole end battle is fighting. Like there's quiet scenes in between where the interesting stuff's happening, but like, this I would guess he would fall asleep at least twice during. So it wouldn't surprise me.
That could be the reason.
All right. Well, we have. I think just Mama K actually has TV to talk about. Nicole and I, we have one TV show we'll end with, but first, the 5-star weekend Mama K on Peacock TV show, 1 season. What's going on in the 5-star weekend?
Five Star Weekend is an adaptation of an Elin Hildebrand novel. She writes all the summer reads out of Nantucket. A lot of times it's the same characters doing different things, and each book focuses sort of on a different character. This one is focusing on a character played by Jennifer Garner, whose husband has recently died, and so she decides to try to get out of her slump by having 5 friends of hers from different parts of her life come and visit her in Nantucket for the weekend. This
I've seen commercials for this. Yeah, this came into my album. I thought this was a movie. I didn't realize it was a show.
It's a show. I wasn't sure when it first came out. I was like, oh, okay, there's episodes. It's going to be a show. Which the book lends itself to that, because it does have, there's a lot going on in the book. When you have a large book and it's only a movie, you kind of have to slice it down. But, yeah, it just solidifies how much I really do not enjoy watching Jennifer Garner in anything, because there was another series that we just watched a second season of that I didn't dislike her as much in this role in the 5 Star Weekend as I did in this other series. I can't even think of the name of the other series, but she's on the run she's in Witsec and
Capital One commercials.
Capital One commercials. That might be her best role right now. Yeah, so she doesn't ruin the story for me, but she does a little bit, and some of the other people playing her friends definitely upstage her in this. I love this story. I have a friend who really loves this woman's novels, and so she's always recommending them, and I read one and I really didn't like it at all, and then I read this one and I was like lukewarm on it. But I think you really have to I think you need an affinity with Nantucket, and you have to really want to delve into rich people's lives. And I really don't care about that. So I watched it. It was really pretty. There's a lot of food.
You like that John Hamm show where they hurt each other, though. It can't be empathetic look. It has to be a mean look.
Yeah, I need to hate everyone in it. That's the key. And I didn't hate everyone in this one. Gemma Chan's in this one. She's actually not a great person in this one, but I didn't hate her. So,
from the trailer, it looked like Chloe Sevigny was the squeaky wheel, but maybe that was just one scene.
Oh, I think I saw one commercial for that show.
Hey, look at that! But you have heard of me.
Her. Yeah,
Jack Sparrow, but you have heard of me.
Yeah, Chloe Sevigny's character, she actually probably does the most in this. So it's a time filler.
Would you have liked it more if it wasn't Jennifer Garner? This is 91%
Probably.
on Rotten Tomatoes, so I'm looking for the disconnect. if it's
it's Jennifer Garner. She's really, because this could be something that I would not mind watching. This is like an American Downton Abbey kind of situation where it's just characters talking to each other and stuff like that. But Jennifer Garner, her delivery of lines is just, it's annoying to me, and I think it's bad, and I'm trying to figure out how she gets so many roles, considering she delivers things the same way no matter what character she's playing. So, yuck. But
movie star,
5 Star Weekend. Yeah, not an actor.
Review.
Yeah.
So you got one other TV show on here. Speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, this one is not fresh. It's 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. I guess they do shows on Rotten Tomatoes now, but it's definitely not a show Nicole's heard of. I know that because it stars Will Ferrell, and he's kissing a golf club in this picture that I'm looking at. So I don't think this will be on our screens anytime soon. On Netflix, The Hawk. The Hawk.
Yeah, and as we're watching it, we could not separate ourselves from the fact that we knew that Nicole was going to hate this vehemently. This would be, because you know what, I find Will Ferrell actually really annoying in this too, which I like to watch a Will Ferrell movie, but
I like Will Ferrell most of the time.
The jokes are funny. He's just not. There's something about him. Fortune.
You've infected us, Nicole. You've infected this. This is a Will Ferrell household before you came into the picture.
Hey, I think you're entitled to your own opinion on Will Ferrell.
That's true. Everybody is. I think it's because it's a series. I don't know.
Too much Will Ferrell.
Yeah. It's too much. Yeah, we get too deep into Will Ferrellness in it, and I don't care for the person who plays his son, which is a big character in it, and his caddy is Fortune Feimster. I'm not sure how to say her name, but
she's like
Fortune
a comedian.
Feimster. I like her.
she's
like
freaking
her,
hilarious. Yeah, she's great in this. It's just, yeah, and it's about golf. I mean, my God, yeah. And Molly Shannon's in it, and it feels a little irrelevant.
I see Luke Wilson's in here. What's he doing?
Also irrelevant. A
Is
lot of
the kid
irrelevance
Jimmy
going around.
Tatro plays Lance.
Yeah, that's the guy I don't like. That's his son.
Oh, I've seen this guy. Oh my God, I think he was in
I don't
Mike
like his
and Nick
face.
and Nick and Alice earlier this year that I saw. I think he was also the shithead son in that. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's so punchable. His face is so punchable.
He's accepted. I'm with you on this one. He's a very. Oh, you know who he's married to, or his partner anyway, since 2021.
Who?
Any guess?
Oh, am I supposed to guess?
Any guess?
I don't know who you're talking about.
He's
Well,
married
you
to.
do.
I don't know.
Zoe Dutch.
Oh.
Oh my God! No, we don't have to do that. It's fine. I mean, I don't know why. I mean,
Move on.
Maybe he's a nice guy off set.
Who's the guy that you're talking about?
Jimmy Tatro. I'm trying to see what you would have known him from, Nicole. Looking at TV.
I've seen him before.
I'd say you definitely have seen this guy before.
But it's always that it's a punchable face, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, he's in a couple movies I've seen, but he's always punchable face. Yeah, oh my God, he's in You're Cordially Invited. Oh my God.
He's in the
Scream
Burt
7.
Kreischer movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, The Machine. Yeah, he plays young Burt. Oh, that makes sense. All right, well,
getting more punchable by the moment.
The golf man, starring Will Ferrell. All right, last thing we have to talk about. We've done a couple reality shows, talked about them on here before. We talked about Survivor before. We've talked about The Traitors before. And now we're watching a new reality show that none of the three of us have watched. The only reason we're doing it is because we've made a little game out of it with our Nicole's sister and her boyfriend. They watch the show that's been on a very long time, and it's a reality show. It's Big Brother. And the three of us here have never seen this before. This is our first viewing, and we're doing a little fantasy.
That's not true. I watched 3 seasons before.
Also not true.
You did?
I think I've watched the first 3 or 4 seasons back in the day.
I swear you guys said you didn't watch this show.
Well, I mean, I have to say this is new era, because as I'm watching this show, I'm like, this is nothing like what I watched before. So,
so you watched those 3 or 4. Nicole, when was the last time you watched this show?
I watched in 2014 up to 2016.
Okay, so right before me, then that's why I've never noticed, I suppose.
Yeah,
I guess maybe you have mentioned you've seen this before. So, all right, you've both watched 3 seasons at way different points in time. I think I might have seen part of one season once. I'm really glad we're doing the game, because this show would be really unwatchable if it weren't for the game. This is a really tough show to watch. It's like really bad. Like with the game, it's fun because we make ourselves -1 point for crying. Oh, +1 point. He's working out. Oh, come on, do one lunge. Yay! Like you get to cheer for stupid things, but without that, oh my God, what is that? How has the show been on for 28 seasons? Something like that. It has a million spin-offs. What is happening? What is this?
Like I said, this feels really different. Does it feel different than when you watched it the first time, Nicole? Even though it was only like 10-ish years ago?
It does, because I feel like something like this can only go on for so long until it's just so repetitive.
Yeah, redundant.
I don't know how a true fan can watch this and feel it's fresh still. Like, they're literally picking activities to give to these people that they've done in prior seasons, because they can't think of anything else new.
Yeah.
Like, something like Survivor, you know what the challenges are, but that's okay, because the point of them is to win them for a different reason. The ones in Big Brother are like, you could win this, but also you have 15 other different chances to get yourself off the block and what all.
Right.
Like, it doesn't have the same weight to it to win these challenges. Like, the one thing I haven't ever watched is like the 24-hour streams of the people in the house.
That's crazy to me that exists.
I mean, it really is, but if you are someone who is such a big fan of it, I suppose that could give you a little bit extra little goodies throughout the week to watch, or just feel like you're more immersed in it, I guess. But it really does just feel like just recycled and regurgitated the relationships and the trying to build cliques and all that. Like, it doesn't feel how could it be genuine anymore? You can't do this.
It's like the least genuine show I've ever seen, because I think about, like, we all like Survivor to varying degrees. That's like, this is like that, but it takes all the interesting parts out. Like, the challenges in that are way more complex, and the social dynamics are on the island, so it's like the setting's more interesting. They have to also, I guess, apparently in Survivor, they don't really do the food struggle as much anymore, and like fire and like that stuff's easier nowadays, which may be part of the reason I fell off, but like that's part of the thing. And then I like a couple reality shows. Like, I like The Circle, but that's got a specific gimmick where like no one sees each other, so you can lie entirely about who you are. So it adds a whole extra layer of intrigue. This is just people. I mean, I like this in movies, people talking in rooms, but they're just talking in rooms. They don't do anything.
They're just really trying to the contestants are trying so hard to make the commentary and to make the situations. Like, you can't be doing that all day long.
It's super try-hardy, for sure.
It's
They're
so
all
forced.
It's very,
influencers.
15 minutes of fame. Yeah, that's all it is. And I feel like having it on several times a week actually detracts from it for me. Like, I don't care. Get to the point. I want to see what's happening with, I want to see who's on the block. I want to see what happens, and that's it. I mean, it's always hard at the beginning of any reality show, because if you're faced with a bunch of people you don't know, to try to find interest in it, and then it gets a little bit better. This has gotten a little bit better, but it's like watching like bad Legends of the Hidden Temple. I'd rather watch Legends of the Hidden Temple. So
yeah, the challenges are like pretty tame. Like, they're just it's just so weak. It's so watered down. It feels like just very basic, and like it's just pure, like, you want to see the drama of the people bickering. And that's, for me, again, that's only interesting because, like, I get points if someone, or I lose points if someone cries, like, because we have our own little stupid scoring system that makes it, and I have people who I have to cheer for, even though I don't want to cheer for a lot of them because I don't really like them anymore now that we drafted early, and then everyone has 3 people, and so you get points and lose points. You get points if they get the head of house, so you're cheering for people, and so that makes it better. But like without us adding a layer on top by itself, if I were just watching this, I couldn't watch it. Yeah,
no,
yeah. Also, like the way that these reality shows are set up, they're so they formed their own scripts, really, that and timeline that they follow for every season. And while you can say the same thing about something like Survivor, there's still an extra element of that where there are people that are stronger than other people. There are others that are smarter than other people, and that plays a really big factor into that game. Whereas in Big Brother, it means nothing. But
these are all the same people.
You already know exactly how the script is going to go. They're going to start building their alliances. They're going to backstab this person. They see it coming. How is it how is it exciting for you to be in there? You already know what's going to happen.
This is one of the most, I would feel, I think, more stressed here than I would on Survivor, and like, because it's just people talking to each other and making cliques, and I get, maybe it's just the not social, like, make a social I mean, I'm decently social now, but like, it's not interesting to me. It's like high school, but the TV show, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. We'll check in as the season goes on, when it gets a little bit further down. Once they whittle down some more, we're very early, so there's a lot of people. We don't have to talk about all the people yet, but once we get lower, maybe our thoughts will evolve. But yeah, right now I'm like, thank God for this little game, because otherwise I would not be watching this.
Same. Same.
And that's going to wrap up the show for this week. Thank you guys for being on. I know you guys haven't heard Jess. She dropped off about the hour mark. She had, I don't know if you know this, she has a wedding coming up. I don't know if we've ever mentioned that. So she had specific stuff for that. She had to plan to do.
Busy girl.
Yes. So she might not be on next episode. I think we'll be in beginning September. Well, actually, we won't be around. We're going to have to figure that out. But you'll hear from us again after the European excursion. And in the meantime, if you have things to recommend to us, especially if it's on a plane, then we definitely have a chance of watching it. Films with the Women in My Life on Facebook. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Brennan_podhost. You can email the show, filmswiththewomen@gmail.com, and find us on YouTube. Just search Films with the Women in My Life. Click those buttons. All right. Thank you guys for being on this catch up for July.
Okay, thanks.
Till next time, this is Brennan signing off saying thanks for listening and enjoy your movies.
Thanks for listening to Films with the Women in My Life. If you enjoyed being a listener in our life, please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or on your favorite podcast app. Keep up with the latest from the show on Instagram at Brennan_podhost, on Facebook at Films with the Women in My Life, and on Twitter at FilmsWomenPod. Finally, you can email the show with questions and suggestions at filmswiththewomen@gmail.com. Original music for the show was created by Ian Burke and Chris Iwanek. Original artwork created by Nicole D'Alessio. This show is produced by Brennan Snyder. Thank you again for listening and enjoy your movies.